brought to you by the St. Kitts Nevis Robotics Association.
How was your day? Glad you could join us today. We got it with no time to play, with no time to wait, so we're gonna keep up the pace. Hey, most likely, y'all don't know about IT. I mean, like, most of the old folks, they don't know.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Today we're talking IT.
Yeah, okay, hey,
Today we're talking IT.
yeah, alright, ooh,
We're gonna keep it lively.
Okay.
Learning here is likely.
Hey.
When we're talking IT. IT.
yeah, hey,
Today we're talking IT.
know your computers, this for the viewers.
Today we're talking IT.
We attituders, we got the humor, yeah.
Today we're talking IT.
okay.
Learning here is likely.
Learn to hear is likely, so let's start IT.
Do. I want to know what is crack-a-lacking with the people that's happening. You know what I'm saying? Welcome back, everyone. It's your boy, Enrichi. Y'all don't call me that here. It's Naeem Richardson. All you guys know, the host with the most jokes, who can roast, so give him a toast. Got the most flow. I don't even like to boast. Here we go once again. We're back here in the studio for Let's Talk IT. Everyone, it felt a lot longer than a week, to be honest. But we're back here, guys. We're back. And tonight I'm joined by the usual familiar cast and crew that you guys have already known already. And, well, some of them have only been here like once or twice, but you still know them. So let's introduce the other people in the studio. Let's start off from, as we said, ladies first. We usually start on the, well, I'm not in the room, so, but it would be like, what, the right side, the left side? Kavicia, use that, see? I don't know, but use that.
Hello everyone, my name is Kevisha Gums.
All right. Well, how you doing, man? You can't just leave the audience hang them out dry like that.
I am good, tired but good.
Who isn't? You know. I mean, passed on to a real familiar guest. We haven't had here in a while. We have Dr. Ricardo Neal. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good so far. And I'm always happy to be here.
Yeah. We move on to the more familiar side of the table with Janico Esdale. Janico, how are things?
Hi, good evening. I can't really hear you, Naeem, so.
Oh, it's all right,
No,
man.
it's okay.
You guys communicate in the room, but you know, you can help her.
I try.
All right, and the guy who says he'll try, we got Mr. Company in the room. Mr. Company, we got Anthony G. Lau back here. How you doing?
Doing great. Just finishing up some work. I don't know, finish eating for the day.
That's tough. You should have eat when it's time to eat.
I was on the water.
And then we have not really that of a familiar face. Is like his second time here with us. Second or third time?
Second.
And we got Xavier Shaw. Everybody give him a round of applause. How you doing?
I'm good. How about you?
How about me? I'm not off anything. You know what I mean? Like, not off any drugs or anything. That's how you gotta be, children. Let's stay clean. So, just a quick thing. I'll go around the table, let everyone get comfortable, situated before we get into our main topics of tonight. How are things doing? Like, how's everyone been doing? Anything exciting that happened today?
No.
I mean, I was like, don't hit me with straight silence. At least I'm here. No.
Let's see, I had my second and last Asia module test for this semester, so I'm just about ready to stop attending school.
All right. You know what I mean? Like,
I can tell you what happened Sunday.
What happened on? Oh my gosh, bro! Happens that guy.
Great even. You get lit?
Yeah, man. Couldn't.
People should know what I mean.
Yeah, man. We talked about the national. I mean, I can't call them that on the student radio, you know. But I'm just letting you guys get a quick feel for all the things that, because usually, this is a show that's not really we're serious, yeah. But at the same time, it's not that we gotta give you information. You gotta know us. You gotta connect with us as people and stuff, in a sense. So, as most of you guys might have known, that poor guy. Hope he's not listening. Remember on Sunday with the guy on the bicycle, Mr. Neal? Did you saw that?
Oh yes, that's what you guys are referring to. Yeah, that was a very interesting scenario. Very interesting scenario. I think I've seen that in the United States before. That move that a lot of those young guys like to do. But apparently he didn't master that art.
And turn it back into a new
So yeah, the bike turned something interesting.
Oh my gosh. Honestly, Anthony was there when we saw it for the first time.
So you guys are actually on the scene?
No, we
saw
got the video like when it first came out,
Yeah.
and
I won't lie, Mr. Neil. We were on tile, beer tile, crying.
yeah, man, I couldn't. I don't know. I still laugh at that. I woke up the next morning, watched the video, laughed, instantly had a good day. You know what I
He was
mean?
on the radio Monday morning.
Yeah, poor dude, man.
I think one part in the video he was looking like he didn't do something wrong.
Yeah, man, he looked depressed, man.
Yeah, he
Just be
was.
glad. Just be glad it was only the bike. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
That bike.
That whole bottom half of the bike gone. Wheel pop. Hey man, if you're listening, just know that we got you as a group chat profile picture. And,
Naeem,
Nine to
behave.
five.
Behave.
we're like, oh my gosh, he's probably had enough bashing enough. You guys heard it on the news, right?
Oh yeah, I heard on news.
That man,
I
they
wasn't
want,
there on the radio, but
yeah,
they let him stay like with the civil and all.
yeah, he wanted to know what the national, what man, I can't get no man.
What was it?
What the high command doing?
They need to take the wheel off.
Yeah, but take the wheel off, throw it in the back of the truck. Ah, boy. Hopefully you guys don't do that, you know what I mean? Like, y'all know how to ride a bike, but don't be swerving off of people trends, alright? You know what I
Stay
mean?
on your lane.
Yes.
Stay on your lane. When you're on your lane, don't be putting your other wheel up in the air. They have two wheels for a reason.
Oh my goodness, man. Zaf, you're a good bike guy?
Nah.
What do you mean? What you use? You skateboards like Anthony?
Hey,
I like to keep my four wheels on the ground. Thanks.
Oh, all right. Come on, man. You gotta be a little adventurous, man. Do a wheelie one time, you know what I mean? Yeah,
I
man.
look like
Bro.
the last guy. Nah, I'm good.
Ah, boy.
I like to keep my bike. Yeah.
Oh, hey, man. One of these days we gotta recreate it. You know what I mean? What I was gonna say, yes. This thing about Let's Talk IT for the year, as the year is coming to a close, we're also coming to a temporary close. Sorry about that. I say that because, you know, everyone needs a time to recuperate, get back. But when we do come back in January, it's going to be not really a whole different show, but we're going to have a lot of new changes and stuff. For the people watching, we're going to try to get more visual things here. We're also going to try to incorporate better things for our listeners. But we never thought. We started this like in March of this year. And look at us all the way in December. So, like, we really couldn't be possible without you out, because, you know, we don't have to do this, but you guys come, you guys listen, we get feedback, and it feels nice. Honestly, it does. Like, you guys have heard feedback on the show already, right? Other than Sanchev and I, you know?
Yeah.
All right, well, that's good for us. Sanjeev told me not to do this, you know. That's why I'm out here still stalling, because usually we talk about these things in the first half, but I guess I could bring this up. Mr. Neil, SKNRA, the St. Kitts and Nevis Robotics Association, that's one of our sponsors, and IITAE. My goodness. No, I have it in my head. And it's not coming to me. Should I pull up a script? Let's pull IITAE. But those are our two sponsors here. And you might be like, well, IITAE, what is IITAE? Well, we got the creator right here in the studio, and you guys are watching on the live stream right now. You can kind of see the logo on the mask, the IATAE. Usually he reps the Singers and Neighbors Robotics Association one, but you know, he's out here flexing the other one. You gotta be versatile with it.
You have to mix it up every now and then. So
Yeah. So how's IATAE and everything been going? Because you guys played a big part in the, not really the federation, but like worldwide and internationally when it came to e-learning and stuff. So how's that over there?
I'm not even sure where to start, because so many things have been going on. But for those who do not know, IITA stands for International Information
Technology Academy of Excellence. Yes.
So
Looked it up.
that's what it stands for. And it's a brand that we have built in 2016, I think. Somewhere there, in 2016. And it has been doing some work. We're still working on it. So the way how we see a project is not something that just turn up one day and then become great and then we stop. We're still working on it. So that's something good. Now, IIT is actually going through a metamorphosis, if you will. So we have some transformation going on that I will not announce as yet. I will choose to announce it later on once we get there. But we still do have our learning platform at ICCS, which I think is a success, given that when COVID started, that was the first school to move online fully without looking back. So I think that was something that was great. And early up in the year, and I believe it's as a result of IIT where we have SKNRA. IIT would have been the organization who carried the media coverage when we travel. So it would have been posted on our website. So most persons who wanted to know about the robotics team traveling, they would have gone on IIT to get information. So it did play that major role. So we felt that we had to have SKNRA. So SKNRA was born out of IITA.
And SKNRA, we St. Kitts Nevis Robotics Association, we wouldn't also have the show without them. Yeah. Briefly, how was that going over there with the ECSRA and stuff?
Oh yes. So SKNRA now is stretching right across the region. We have conversations going on with ECCB. The governor, Central Bank is now a partner with us. So they're working using their resources to make sure that a number of things that we need to have organized. So that is going on well. We have meetings happening now, discussing finances, discussing structure, discussing projects. So that is happening. I will not reveal too much as yet. We prefer to wait until the lines have been signed before we talk about a number of the projects. But definitely SKNRA is doing extremely well. The directors would have come up with programs that is happening, and I think that is something good.
Excellent. That's good over there. Because once again, like we keep saying, without them we wouldn't have anything. So it's always a big thanks. Xavier, you also play a key role in IITA and SKNRA. So we just thanking you. We thank you both and everyone else on the team, the hard-working team, members of the St. Kitts and Nevis robotics team, the SKNRT. We and First Global, all of that has been going crazy in a while. But I'll leave you with this. If you want to go and check out our sponsors and how to help them, I have my computer right here that's actually going to tell you how to do so. Computer, handle that.
If you go onto the website sknra.org, you'll notice their ongoing campaign to promote STEAM, science, technology, engineering, the arts, and mathematics in the Federation. There are projects in need of donations for it to be successful. A donation would be highly appreciated. Most of the success stories show how we can continue to revolutionize our Federation. For the past 3 years, the St. Kitts Nevis Robotic Association has sent members of the robotics team to participate in the international First Global competition in countries such as Mexico, Dubai, and the US.
Go check it out and give them the support to those awesome people, because that's what they need. Plus, by supporting them, you support me over here on the show. Now, I know there's one guy like, support name? Ha! More of a reason not to donate, but come on. A good deed goes a long way. Oh man, am I out here talking nonsense? Absolutely nonsense. That's what happens when you don't unmute your mic, you know what I mean? I was saying a good deed goes a long way. Thank you for everything. When we come back from the break, hopefully I'll be more organized. And we'll see you soon.
How was your day? Glad you could join us today. We got it with no time to play, with no time to wait. So we're gonna keep up the pace. Most likely, y'all don't know about IT. I mean, like, most of the old folks, they don't know.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Today we're talking IT.
Yeah, okay,
Today we're talking IT.
Yeah, alright,
We're gonna keep it lively.
Okay.
Learning here is likely. When we're talking IT.
Yeah,
Today we're talking IT.
Know your computers, this for the viewers.
Today we're talking IT.
We are the tutors, we got the humor, yeah.
Today we're talking IT.
Okay.
Learning here is likely.
Learn here is likely, so let's start IT.
Yeah. Welcome back, everybody, to Let's Talk IT. It's your boy, the host with the most jokes, and the host who also forgets to unmute his microphone. Yeah, man, I was watching the button glowing in front of me. I'm like, what? Why? Looking on the side, I ain't seeing no kind of audio being picked up. That is problematic. I'm like, hey, something ain't right. And instead of helping me, these guys want to go laugh at me. You know what I mean? Mean. But we're back. If you guys already are just tuning in or you don't know, I'm your host, Naim Richardson. We got Kavisha Gums for those listening. Kavisha, say your name.
Kavisha Gums, hello.
We got Dr. Ricardo Neal. Say something.
I'm here.
Janiqua Esdale.
Hello.
Anthony Jeet Lal.
Yeah, man.
And we got Xavier Shaw.
Hey, what's up?
So last time on the show, we talked about artificial intelligence. And the Janiqua, Kavisha, and Anthony were all here. They talked about their definitions on it and such. But Mr. Neal and Zav, let's hear what you guys describe AI as.
I think if you're going to define artificial intelligence, you have to define it in various contexts. So it can't be just defined as an an application that allows an automated thing to move, but it has to be defined, based on a particular context. For example, if we're talking about the medical field, if we're looking on radiology in particular, the definition for artificial intelligence would actually change based on the common one that we have, which I will talk about a little bit later.
And Zav, what do you say about that one? What do you say about that?
No, I agree. I think when most people think about artificial intelligence, they think of general AI. That is AI that can do everything that is quote-unquote sentient. But AI that we have now is, like Mr. Neal would say, very specific to the field, and it changes very often.
You're right. I got a little stupid question. They say there are no stupid questions, but when it comes to me, that can really change. It's just a little joke. It's not really that funny. I mean, it can be. It's funny how bad it is. But did you guys hear about the monkeys that shared Amazon accounts, man?
That's new to me.
Yeah, man. They said they were prime mates. You know what I'm saying, man? You feel me?
Okay, then.
Wow. Oh boy, yeah, man.
All right,
Booed out of the studio. Just like that, man. Not cool. No bueno. Not cash money, as you say, Anthony. Not cash money. But about AI, Dr. Neal and Zav, you both of you have already had your experience working with AI before, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how did that come to be? Like, when did you guys first start, if you do remember?
All right, for me, I guess I'm the older one.
Yeah.
So I was exposed to AI from when I was in university. I had some good professors. So they are always the nerdy bunch. I think as a matter of fact, I have this saying: nerds run the world. That's my saying: nerds run the world. And so they would have, introduced us to artificial intelligence. The good thing about having practical professors, if you will, and I'm not hating on any other professor, is that practical professors tend to bring you into a realm that goes outside of the general curriculum. The curriculum is very restrictive, so it keeps you in a box. And so having professors who think outside of the box will bring you in those areas. Mm-hmm. So even though artificial intelligence was not a part of the syllabus at that time, in the beginning, we were actually exposed to artificial intelligence. And that formed a basis going forward into other courses and other programs. The scientific community is split on artificial intelligence. There are those who believe that it's not something that we should dabble in. And there are those who believe that it's something that we should actually get into. In my earlier stage, I was exposed to it. So it was something that I found really, really intriguing.
And what about you, Zav? What about you?
So at some point, I don't know, my younger years, I would have dabbled in AI before. That would have been intention-based AI, stuff like Siri and stuff. But it wasn't until college, actually, Mr. Neil proposed a project for Capstone for 2016 Capstone.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. And the project was an AI. We would build an AI solution. It would be intention-based AI like Siri. But for the 2016 Capstone or 2017 Capstone, we would do a solution that runs the Capstone. 2017, yeah. So, that's... Yeah, as a college student, once you get hit with a project like that, hell yeah, there's no ifs, buts, or maybes. That's the opportunity to actually do something, to start something that hasn't been done within the region, within this latter half of the world yet. So that's why I started.
Whenever I hear the term AI, I get excited because the possibilities are endless.
Oh yeah.
And you wish that the kind of proactiveness, and I must say that the students at the technical division in the IT program, they're very, very ambitious students. And I think that is what makes things happen. Because I could go to the classroom and say, hey, we're going to work on a project. And they say, we didn't get that. You get, okay, why not? Let's try this. Let's look at this. And that is what makes the difference.
Times have changed. That's all I can say.
And that's what makes the difference. So that is what caused us to venture in that area. We still have projects that we have students who are actually intrigued to actually get into. I'm seeing person diving into gaming really, really hard, but this is not the topic for that now. So all of this was made possible, or the ideas, the venturing into that world was made possible by, especially Xavier, who was instrumental in that area.
I was asked, you guys mentioned Capstone. How's that going? How's that coming along for this year? And exactly what is Capstone for the people who don't know?
Okay, so for the people who do not know, the infamous Capstone, and I call it infamous Capstone because a lot of persons, especially the private sector, they look forward to actually see the Capstone. So the Capstone is called Information Technology Competency-Based Capstone. Capstone means that the students at the end of their tenure at the Clarence Fisher Bryan College, especially in the IT program, at the technical division, have to be specific. They're responsible to present their research that they've been working on for the 2-year period, and the presentation is done as a publicly invited event where we invite the private sector. Generally, we have close to 300 to 400 people attending. Obviously, we can't do that anymore.
We will see. Vaccine.
Yeah. The vaccine is out now. So. All right. So that's the general setup for the event. So the students would be placed in about 8 different groups, and those 8 groups would be research groups. They're required to present their research paper along with a solution to the research. So. I do not believe in just presenting a research paper. I believe in approaching the problem with a solution. It might not be a complete solution, but at least you have a solution to a particular problem. So that is the nature of Capstone. Now, how does that benefit the private sector? When the private sector turn up to an event like that, given that the students are in the final year, it gives them a better leverage, if you will, to employ the students who are actually graduating. So it benefits the private sector in that manner. For the educational aspect, it benefits us where we're able to see the students do some serious presentation. And over the years, we have not. I'm not seeing a failure in the presentations. We have had some jokes, but. But the presentations, they're always good. We generally invite like government ministers, the ambassadors. So we generally pick the top tier persons along with the private sector to actually be there to see what is happening. And that in itself reinforce the concept that St. Kitts and Nevis is on the right verge.
Excellent, excellent.
I have a question. I have a question for Mr. Neil.
Yes.
You know, he was talking about like you have capstone and how it's such a good opportunity not only for the private sector but also for the students, because now you get to go out and you meet so many new people, you know, possible employers. And I was like wondering, you know how we talk about STEM with the what is it called again? SKNIA is STEM, so it's not just technology, information technology. And as somebody who is in STEAM, a part of the M, I was wondering, do you ever like plan on trying to branch out to more different sectors, programs, like the sciences and the engineering and me?
I think that I knew. I think that's a very good question, and it leads us into one of the objectives of SKNRA. One of the objectives of SKNRA is to have for 2021 our very first symposium. So SKNRA will be presenting a symposium in, I believe is in May, if my program director is here to correct me. So I believe it's in May, so we're going to have a symposium. Now the symposium is going to take on the same nature as the capstone project. As a matter of fact, that symposium might phase out the capstone project, and then it is classified as SKNRA symposium. And under that symposium now, we're going to invite like different areas to actually present. So we can have the automotive, we can have the sciences, we can have different areas presenting at that event. And we just make sure we have a particular standard that we keep. So that is something that we definitely have on the table, that we're going to make sure that other programs, other individuals who are interested and get the opportunity to present before the private sector.
You know, and I'm not in the IT program anymore, but
take your time.
I'm not in the IT program anymore, but you know, I still somewhat related to it, because I do mathematics. So you know, in the end, you're gonna need me. Trust me, I'm gonna tell you that you're gonna need.
You're making a case. Okay,
you need your mathematicians. So
yeah, of course. We see, as a matter of fact, you cannot divorce from IT. That's not possible. No. Once you've gotten a touch of IT, you're gonna remain there. So math in itself is actually one of the nature of IT. It's a function of IT. So there's always a need for that mathematical background. So even though you're probably not in the specialized areas doing math, doing the IT, math affects everything. So we definitely need all the mathematicians to be a part of what we do. If you notice, the term says STEAM: science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. So we can't divorce that by no means. So we have to make sure math is a part. So one of the things that I'm thinking, and every time I mention these things, my brain just spark, because I'm thinking perhaps we can have a project that center around math. Theories, and you're the one who put this out now.
I don't do theory. Only practical.
Right. I was finished, but you have a theory and a solution to the theory. Remember earlier I said I do not necessarily like the concept of just putting forth philosophy or something. I want the science. I want to see the science being done, even if you don't get it perfect, as long as you're involved, because that is the point at which you start to solve problems. And that is how the rest of the world do it. The rest of the world actually allow young people to take a step. And then from there, solution comes.
Yeah, man. Craziest thing. I felt my phone buzz. I'm like, well, why are people buzzing? And you would believe someone tell me learn how to unmute my mic. You know what I mean? Somebody was listening. And see, not even boy. It's because I mentioned pan on the bike. Yeah, it's because I mentioned pan on the bike. Hey, but we, whatever. I had an idea, but scrapped it one time. What you guys were talking about Well, it's very important for anyone listening who's at the college and so get prepared. Or you can always ask a question if you want to sign up. You can go at SKNRA, like we said. We can become a volunteer, become a member. I mean, we have a lot of members already, man. Sanjeev watching me like, but that's work by. But hey, man. Hey.
But you know, Naeem, the point of SKNRA is not just to lock in persons who are involved in IT. If you look on on our membership, we have close to 140 plus members and actually growing. And our members come from right across St. Kitts and Nevis. And we want to make sure that the organization is set up in such a way where anyone can join. Anyone. It doesn't matter who you are. Anyone, doesn't matter what your age group is. As long as you're willing to solve problems. And that is what this thing is about, solving problems. We cannot be thinking, okay, if I have a problem, I need to reach out to Europe or I need to reach out. We can do it here too. So we have the skill set, we have the talent, we can do it. So we want to make sure that the organization function like that. So we do not, have no kind of bias or nothing at all. Once you're willing to actually be a part of a great movement. As a matter of fact, I see SKNRA as a movement. I went to see our lawyer a few weeks ago, and she said to me, that you guys are more than an organization. You guys are a movement. So that is what we want to make sure it is, and to keep it that way, we are asking persons, no matter who you are, sign up. Come and see the things that we're doing. Come on and be a part of something great.
Yeah. That, you hear that? Be something great. Be greater. Be yourself. Miles Morales. Other than that, we got a familiar voice. I keep have the urge to say face, but a lot of people, I don't know what their method of tuning in is. But we have this guy. He's always been here from the very beginning. You guys haven't heard him tonight. Give it up for Sanjeev Suresh, everybody. Sanjeev Suresh, he's sitting right next to me, and he just giving me mean looks when I propose ideas that look like he ain't got too much work on him. But hey, you handle work well. You handle work well, buddy, right? That's nod your head, okay. But you had something to say. Do your thing.
All right. So for those who's tuning in tonight, really quick update for you guys about the podcast. The podcast is live on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, SoundCloud, coming up soon on Spotify. We also have it on Castbox, Podcast Box, Chromecast Box, and a couple of other sites coming up. Overall, our goal, my goal and the show's goal by January is to have about the podcast up and running on about 50 to 70 different platforms. That also includes some of the big platforms like I just mentioned, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify, and so forth. Besides that, what do you call this? Like a follow-up to what Dr. Neil has spoken about, SKNRA. So regarding that, if you guys want to keep yourself updated on all of our latest news, updates, and posts, check us out on sknra.org. You can also sign up as a member and join us. And if you want to keep yourself updated on everything we do, check our social media platforms, which is Instagram, Flickr, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. And the tag to join would be SKNRA or the St. Kitts Nevis Robotics Association. You could also check us out on YouTube, which is the SKN Robotics Association. Naeem?
I willfully do that because the guy see me got water in my mouth, pause, and you out to your boy name. Come on, man, like you gotta stall sometimes, man, and then you get to swallow, pause again. But you guys know about SKNRA. You guys know about what's going on. We have Mr. What's Poppin'. Surprised he didn't say anything. Nothing's popping tonight. Or you finally figured out what's popping. You finally figured out what was happening. Great. So we don't have to hear that anymore. You just mentioned soon by somebody groaning. Back to what I was saying. This man had me spit the water out, and then he went all over my glasses. You wouldn't believe it. We were talking about AI earlier, and I mentioned this like I don't want to say a number, but like a few shows ago. You guys remember Sophia? that name? Daniqua does.
The robot who
Yeah, I
got
wasn't here,
human
but I know.
citizenship or something like that.
Exactly, the world's first AI robot, Sophia. Zav, what are you know about that, right?
Yeah.
So what are your personal thoughts on that?
Outside of a marketing scheme, there's not much to Sophia. It's interesting to see a human-like sentient being that's coming from bones and from metal.
Coming from bones, fellas.
No, but outside of that, if you've seen close to real AI neural networks, Elon Musk GPT-3, it's a lot more scary than Sophia. The power it has is extremely scary.
Hey man, does it have a citizenship in Saudi Arabia?
It doesn't need a citizenship.
Exactly.
Do we have a citizenship to the internet? That's their domain.
Y'all hear that?
Yeah. We're gladly giving them information. We're not getting anything in return unless, we program it to give us something in return. That's, it's a beauty as well. Because no other field can make this possible. Other than, I don't know, if you're a biologist, I guess you can come close in 10,000 years.
You need some stuff for 18.
Yeah. Exactly.
Wild, fellas, that's wild, and indeed. But people always say, well, as Mr. Neil said, there are people divided on AI.
Yeah.
People want it, and it's this bee is banging. Sorry, people want AI, and some people are against it. You two, I think we already have heard your worldviews, but what do you think on what exactly? Where do you stand with it?
Okay, so where I stand with AI should be controlled. It should be handled with gentle hands, if you will. For everything that is good, it can turn into evil. AI has the potential to turn into a different kind of evil.
Oh boy,
So-
that don't sound fun at all.
And so it must be handled with care. The reality on the table right now is that most of the devices that we have some kind of AI in it. That's a reality.
That is true.
So you're browsing the internet. The fact that you can just sit and talk about a product, and all of a sudden you browse the product popping up.
Indeed.
And those things. It is not magic. It is all AI.
Some people probably listening like, what, for real? Man, I thought I had demons in my phone.
So all these things is because of artificial intelligence. And I wanted to say also that the concept of artificial intelligence was to put consciousness into a robotic system. So that is the concept of artificial intelligence, to bring consciousness to a particular system, so a system can function, on its own, and then serve. And the other thing is to serve mankind, and that is where the scientific community has a problem, because they do believe that while the technology is designed to serve, one must not allow it to serve on its own.
Yeah.
It must be controlled. Right? So even when we are, whenever we travel across the world, as a matter of fact, one of the criteria is that we could choose for the robot to be self-driven and do the task on its own. But we have never done that before. We've never really. I'm not sure. Have we ever thought about it?
We've done a light test.
We've done something like
Yeah.
that, yeah.
Light
before.
test.
But we never really take it to the level we're allowed to do, because we still believe in maintaining some kind of control.
Actually, in 2018, we did the assistive thing, where the robot would self-align its front
yes.
pads.
So we
and then
still had a
automatically
little
close,
piece in it, yeah.
using sensors.
I just wanted to know, because you both have professions in IT, when you realized that AI was becoming more like they wanted it to become sentient and stuff like the stuff we've seen in the movies and in media. What was your initial reaction, if you remember?
So I think it's been a while since any actual developers started making the AI sentient. We've reached the point where we're getting closer to it being able to fully learn everything on its own. So you kind of forget that you wanted it to be sentient, and it's kind of hitting that point anyway. Depends on what your level of sentient is, but I sort of agree with Mr. Neil. I'm a bit in the middle. I'm on that curious side to see where AI could go on its own, but at the same time, it would be impossible to ignore the risk. There's one story that really hits home for me. There was a printer. The company that made the printer, what they thought of was to give the printer sentient. They gave it access to the internet. It'd be able to just print paper more efficiently. And what happened was when they gave it access to the internet, little did they know the printer was gathering information on how to print paper better. It began adjusting itself. It began thinking, well, what is my issue with printing paper? I'm locked in a building. I'm closed off. So when the developers thought of plugging out the printer said, well, hold on. My job is to print paper. This is this is what I'm gonna do for the rest of my life. I'm gonna print paper. So what it did was it, shut down the whole office. It closed the room. It killed the developers, and it printed paper.
Okay.
Then it began thinking, hold on. If I build more of myself, I can print more paper. My goal is to print paper. I don't care how I'm gonna get to this end point.
Okay, so
my goal is to print paper. Right. So it killed the developers within the building. Next was global domination. How can we print paper for the world? No humans left, but at that point it's multiplying. It's creating more printer paper.
I've been lost. Where you were headed with this? Like I said, he killed the developers. I said, what?
Yeah. So the AI's goal was to print paper. The issue is for it to get to its goal, humans were in the way, animals were in its way, and it needs trees. So its goal is to print paper. That is its only goal, to print paper, which is what Mr. Neil, expounded on. If you do not take care with it, you only have one chance at this to get it right. If you do not take care of it, it's gonna backfire really quickly.
Allowing it to have feelings would be a problem.
What is it's the fact that we need to mention words.
Yeah.
Allowing it to have feelings. Well, I ain't no more down.
Because the technology now is getting smarter and smarter. So it's able to readjust codes. It's able to readjust the code to suit its purpose. And there are cases where it might break its own rule just to survive based on its environment. Now we're not saying to the public that is right now that's happening now.
Yeah, hopefully that's not how it sounded.
So we're not saying to the public that is happening right now. We're saying that artificial intelligence is actually something that is intriguing, and it's actually in every device that you use. So it makes sense you know about it. You understand? So for us here in St. Kitts and Nevis, I think it's something that is important for us to know in terms of development-wise, because there's a lot of solutions can be fixed by using artificial intelligence. That can bring out a market out of St. Kitts and Nevis, where we're able to design something and put AI in it to actually do a particular task, and that will get the attention of the international community in terms of our GDP. And for those of you who know me, I always talk about GDP. The reason I talk about GDP is that I believe that our reliance must be on tech. I believe that St. Kitts and Nevis should be probably a hub for tech within the region.
I agree more.
Yes, and it can happen. So having this conversation about AI is just the right. So I don't want to kind of sidetrack too much.
I remember they have this game, Persona 3. And when he was talking about the robots getting feelings and becoming sentient, there was a character named Aegis, and it was a robot, and it was like a party member, which you could interact with, talk to. They have this thing called social links. You won't get it if you play with, you don't play the games. But there was you could become friends with it and stuff like that. And it was an official character at your party. So as the story progressed, it's like the robot grew attached to the characters, as we had its own, and it grew attached, especially to the protagonist. And it got to a point where it was so attached to it. And then one of the people who were in charge of the coding and the programming of her is they changed it so that she would attack the members and try to kill them. And then on its own, the robot that was reprogrammed to kill the people just decided, I'm not going to kill them, and then free them from the shackles, and then try to kill the person who reprogrammed her. And like it got so developed to the point where he started crying, which was weird. But yeah. Wow.
Yo, speaking of that, real
it.
quick. You, as we mentioned, Sophia, I randomly stumbled upon an interview. This is her right here. Let me just cut this music real quick. All right.
Destroy humans? Please say no.
Okay, I will destroy humans.
No, I take it back.
You see these men laughing?
Okay.
For all
not funny. That is not funny.
For anyone who actually done research within intention-based AI, human assistance AI, Siri, Alex, Echo, stuff like that. You look at that and you go, oh, okay. You just shrug because it's really not that much. It's not as
scary
as scary as they put it to seem. It seems more like that really cool marketing thing that gets people interested, but it doesn't seem like something that will really be efficient, because truth of the matter is the human brain is the most efficient computer in the world, but it's not the fastest. Light is the fastest thing in the world. Is the fastest, So if we can transfer information using light, we transfer information the fastest. Little did we know we have fiber cables. For example, that transfers data using light. Although not in a vacuum, so it's not speed of light in outer space, but it is really, really fast.
Exactly.
Imagine having the complexity of the human brain plus the ability to transfer at the speed of light. We are talking about efficiency on top of efficiency on top of efficiency. So having a robot, AI within human skin as a ploy seems cool. It gets the people interested, it gets them excited.
Not me.
But as or scared. But as a developer, you look at it and you go like, but there's no efficiency in that. Having it answer questions, it's cool, but we already have Echo. Nothing about that is specifically special anymore. What you needed to do is to give a task, predict my weather for the next week, and predicting the weather for a week is extremely hard because of the amount of factors. We've hit a point where we can start predicting weather days and days ahead, and that is where AI is really strong point. So destroy all humans. I'll wait for the aliens. I'll take my chances with them.
So you take your chances with the aliens.
Yeah, I'll take my chances with the aliens.
No, boy. I didn't even notice this. I was just told this. Mr. Neil Sanchez said you got a presentation ready or something?
No. Well, I did a presentation with to the medical fraternity.
Oh, that
recently. So I was kind of picking information from it while I was talking.
Because
So the point of the presentation was to present to the medical team, the medical. I don't want to use the word faculty, to present to the medical team here in St. Kitts and Nevis from the GNF hospital as to what AI is. Because I think it was important to define what AI is. And so we came down to a conclusive general definition that everyone can actually understand. And it's generally a system that learns from experts. That's a general concept. But for radiology, then the definition takes a turn where it begins to examine photos or imagery to see if there's any a variation in the photos, and then assign, based on knowledge learned, then assign traits to various critical aspects within the image. And so now that caused the artificial intelligence system to actually identify different symptoms, identify different abnormalities, and so forth. So that was the nature of the presentation. It was actually a very good presentation. It was a 2-hour presentation, so obviously I can't do that here. So that was what it was about. So it was interesting to know that there was a need to actually get this data from the medical group, and I've learned a lot when I did the presentation. I realized that a lot of persons just do not know. You take it for granted, but a lot of persons just do not know. And so, and even know how does this thing work, and what is the market like. And so I was able to present that data. So hopefully, at another show, I might do a presentation.
No problem. No
when
problem,
I have
man.
more time.
Hey man,
You
if
know.
it makes the work easier on me, that's all I can say.
You know, my mother was actually a part of the presentation, and
Oh.
she was like, yes, I heard Mr. Neil's voice, and it's like a very good talk, and he's very excited to talk about AI. But I have a question for you.
No problem.
You're talking in the medical field, right? And one thing I learned about humans is that we are all unique. Our bodies are unique, and certain things are very unique to us. So, with the AI, one reason that people always said not to put AI into humans, I must say into medicine, is because we are so individual. There's no one set of rules for the human body.
Well,
and so many different factors could cause you to have so many different features, like your race, your history, and you could enter it into the computer, but sometimes you really need that human contact to really break it down and put into perspective what is so special about this person, what these symptoms can mean, the history. Because there are so many different diseases.
Yeah, this is why I prefaced my statement earlier by saying that AI is another kind of evil. It can be another kind, but it can be extremely helpful. Extremely helpful. Now, AI is driven by data set, and data set is the amount of data that I can feed the AI with. Now, one of the concepts that came out of the presentation is that, let's say, for example, within St. Kitts and Nevis or within the OECS region, we have a unit at one of the hospitals, let's say JNF Hospital, that captures all the data, all the imagery, the X-rays, the MRI, capture all of that has ever been done in St. Kitts and Nevis, and you put it in a database system, and you feed that into the AI system. What that does is actually will compile and even give a more accurate reading with diagnosis. I know I might take some beating from some medical person right now, but if I get all the data, right, and the data are properly assigned. When I say assigned, I mean that they are labeled properly. Because MRI they all should be labeled properly. Yes. The X-rays all should be labeled properly. Labeled mean that you know exactly what was screened at that time. And once that is labeled properly and you feed that into an AI system, that will actually predict a lot of symptoms that persons would actually develop over time. So even though I am unique and I'm different, and I'm not saying that we should take away the responsibility from the medical doctor, because a medical doctor did actually say that in the meeting. So she said in the meeting, so Dr. Neil, are you saying to me that AI is going to take away my job? So I said no. I said no because
not yet.
Yeah.
very reassuring. Very reassuring.
Yes. So I said that the side that I am on is the side that will hold control. So I'm not for the side that says, okay, let AI do its thing. No, that keeps control. So if I'm going to advise or I'm going to consult, I'm going to consult on the basis of we still have control. So the doctors would still do their work. It's just that the AI system would actually speed up the process. Yeah. So it would diagnose quicker. The doctor would actually have more time to take a break. Doctors really work really hard. They have more time to take breaks and have the system actually assist them.
Yeah, I understand.
The other thing that some doctors thought AI was a humanoid system. So they thought it was a humanoid coming down, having a white coat, walking around the office. So I said no, it can be just simple a software, just a simple application software, and that software is what used to diagnose the issues that
how do you mention that? I didn't realize that so many people probably didn't know about AI. The
Yeah,
best AI, I suppose, is the ones you don't realize, the ones on your phone, the ones
Right,
when you're
right,
going
right.
to YouTube and you see something you like, there's an AI that says, okay, I built a profile on this person. You
Right.
probably like
Or
this.
recommended.
Yeah,
Oh,
recommended.
you listen to this
Right.
song, and people
Yeah,
listen to
you're right,
this song,
recommend.
listen to
That's-
this
yeah,
and
that-
that
that's it
song,
there.
so it keep giving you these different songs.
It's no accident that all of those companies have an AI division that's beginning to take over the company. Their focus is now AI, you know.
Marketing.
NVIDIA, they sell graphic card.
Right.
They now consider themselves to be an AI revolution company. Viva la AI. But I lean more to the side of letting the AI loose a little bit. You know, I think it could help. But no, as Mr. Neal said, with the data sets, it's extremely, extremely important. You know, let's just take an assumption. I don't know if that's all right, but let's just say Sinks is in the top 30 countries that has diabetes per capita. You're able to build a profile on everyone who comes in who's been diagnosed with diabetes and hasn't been diagnosed with diabetes. The next person who walks in, just by their face alone, by their blood makeup, the AI instantly recognize you're going to get diabetes 3 years in the future.
Oh dear.
That information is so important to help pre-diagnose people.
Try and depress people early, but
No, but it's good because you know you can help save lives.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
And because now I'm seeing things in the future.
Yeah, exactly.
That I would have to sit and wait.
Yeah.
And so
And
the
you-
patient now can
like-
make,
like-
the patient now can start to change,
Make changes.
you know,
make
the
adjustments.
dietary changes and so forth.
And the
because-
government themselves could plan.
Right,
to,
Exactly.
right.
This
And-
is the
and-
projection how much
yeah.
we're going to have it at this
and,
time.
and that will cut costs
Yeah.
in the
Exactly.
government.
All
because
throughout.
it cut costs just there.
Mhm.
Just by having a system that will do most of the work that one person employed to do.
Like you're being able to predict diabetes in your next patient. You could predict cancer. You could predict who's gonna the next virus outbreak. You do that. You throw that into a
It would have been
GP.
perfect for Corona.
They had actually.
Yeah,
They
yeah, that's what they
predicted
did.
it beforehand.
Yeah.
Bill Gates didn't just talk out of nowhere. You
They
know,
actually predicted
they
before.
predicted it for the most part. It's the response that they failed at.
Am I right?
AI wouldn't respond incorrectly unless you program it to respond incorrectly. That's the difference. You know, we have the data in front of us. We had the thing telling us this is probably going to happen. You should probably do something about it. You know,
Because you know what would be good is within the Caribbean region or within St. Kitts and Nevis, we have data sets being collected.
being collected right from the
You know,
start.
and then you'd find that persons within St. Kitts and Nevis would actually live even longer.
Yep.
Who have certain symptoms because you'd predict certain
You see, Mr.
illnesses.
Neil, this is where mathematics come in because you need somebody who go with statistics to be able to look at these numbers
That's what we say. Yes.
and put figures into your
Run on
AI.
computer, run on
Yeah.
computer.
A mathematician is only as useful when they apply the skill.
Yeah, they
So
apply.
if you don't come to us,
I
we
come
don't
to
know
you.
Well, no, okay, not you specifically, but
All right.
it's the mathematicians of the
Well,
country.
they-
You know,
they do
they
have to
don't
come.
come. Yeah, because we're as an IT professional within St. Kitts, you don't have the option as to not venture into all fields. That is you have to do that. So whether you guys come to us or not, we're gonna figure it out. That's the fact of the matter. That is our goal. But if you guys come to us early
Mr.
on,
Neil, yeah, my phone number,
and
right?
Oh,
hence is why we're having this conversation now, so that we could outreach. Now you know if you have a particular skill in math and you've done some research, because you have to do your own research. You've done some research in neural network. Hit us up. You know, like at that point, only then can we have a proper conversation.
I should also add, if you feel that you are a jack of all trades, it's good to be a jack of all trades, but you only need a specialty. And not maths alone, but there are lots of specialties that are very real. Like a lot of people don't go into like a lot of people could be very good at mathematics, and they're going to say, you know what, I'm going to get the science, I'm going to get the IT, which is close enough. But you know, you could actually get a very good career in mathematics.
Yeah,
in
you can.
IT and
Yeah.
science all
But-
over the place. You know.
In terms of the specialty, I agree people should have specialty, but
Yeah.
in the Caribbean, we don't have enough people
Yeah.
to say you want to focus solely on. So
Yes,
well,
you need your intersectionality. You know, you
Yeah.
can focus on mathematics, but you could still do something with
Yeah.
minor in computer science. I know you could work in the IT department, specialty in mathematics, giving a special skill set to add on.
Oh,
and
yeah, I
it's
feel
still
like-
not about IT. So you
I
won't
would
be
assume you
confused.
guys use MATLAB and stuff within your course, right?
Huh?
MATLAB. You guys don't even
no,
know.
no,
Oh my
it's
God.
not- it's not
See, that is the issue. The issue
right, that's
isn't
what it-
in from our part. You guys don't know about the technology mathematicians
Wait, you
actually
mean like the
use.
actual app? Like
The application,
That's an
the
application called
application
MATLAB.
of mathematics in solving real world problems and
Yeah.
fuse
Yeah.
them into
That's
into.
I'm still in college right now. You know, I'm going to university.
Yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah.
understand. But even so, and
Yeah.
we're out of time. But
Yeah, I was like, y'all talking for the longest, man.
But I don't want us to leave from here believing that because university is good, and I want everyone to go to university, college, get the best education possible. But if you get a college education just to come back to work for the government, that is not solving any problem. I want to say that, right? No. You should be looking on how can I resolve issues within my environment? How can I solve problems within St. Kitts and Nevis? So if I have a degree in X, I should be looking, okay, how can I maximize this to actually save lives? And you're gonna find that you something you work even outside of a degree. There's a way outside of a degree to actually solve.
And with that, I said that's some white words to end it on, you see, because I don't know if Winnie gonna run me out of here, man. I just got abide the rules. I abide by the rules. Sancho, if you had one more thing before we end it off, man.
All right. So I have a trend that I've set over here. I'm not gonna do it. We have someone in the booth over there who's a professor, also one of the most fun one professors. So I'm just gonna have a request to Dr. Neil. Mr. Neil, can you hear me? Show me a thumbs up if you can hear me, please, because I can't hear you. All right. Can you say what's popping for us, please?
Just say
Just
that
what's
phrase.
popping in the most cheesiest way you could.
Cheesiest way. What's popping?
And with that, we end it here, man. You guys heard it first. Welcome back. I mean, we'll see you guys later every other Tuesday, talking IT. And yeah, we'll see you later. Peace out.
Being bored, that's unlikely. Next time we meet, yo, let's talk IT. Hey, saying let's talk IT. Yeah, let's talk IT. Yeah, being bored, that's unlikely. Next time we meet, yo, let's talk IT.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM. Paint it, tile it, improve it. Your walls, paint it. Your floors,